Welcome back. Today we're going to be doing some voting and some more voting. So let's get started. So right now in the official Stormworks Discord, you can vote for what you would like to see next in Stormworks. And since Stormworks is 1.0, this is a mess. This is a mess. So let's take a look. All right, so before we go through this chart, let's acknowledge that Modular Engines is in the experimental build, and you can download the modular engines by setting your settings on Stormworks and Steam to experimental. Okay, you can try that. Great. All right, so let's remember that this is 1.0 Stormworks. 1.0 is supposed to be feature complete. The game is ready to go. It's ready to be played with. It has a career. Everything is good to go. All the bugs are fixed, blah, blah, blah. That's what 1.0 means, usually in game development. But in Stormworks, it apparently means rip out the mission editor and hack job Lua into it and use the old locations for spawning vehicles or something. It's so bad. It's just so bad that I think 3 or 4 people have created anything interesting so far. So whatever. But yeah, that's Stormworks 1.0. So if we look at the voting system right now, what we have is you can vote for multiples, which is always dumb to me. You should only vote for one, what you really want, so we know exactly what's going on. But of course, you can vote for anything. Great, lovely, wonderful. Wow, you know? Of course, weapons is at the top of the list, and if it's any indication of the Stormworks videos that are coming out right now on YouTube, is explosion after explosion after explosion video. So apparently, Stormworks 1.0 was actually just the explosion feature that people wanted, I guess. I'm confused by the we don't want weapons, but yet there's everyone wants to blow up stuff. I don't know. Kind of blowing my mind. But anyways, weapons is number 1, which will probably get ignored again, so let's move on. Nuclear reactors, that's for ships, I assume, stuff like that. Basically a new powered engine kind of thing. AI vehicles is a joke. I'm not too sure why we're even suggesting it. AI vehicles amount to probably one vehicle, one airplane, one helicopter that can move from point A to point B, and, you know, with a couple players in multiplayer. But we're not going to have AI traffic. It can't even handle regular 2 people, 3 people build traffic. So, joke. I don't know why it's up on the list, but it's up there. Cells is probably one that should be at the top of the list. It is a ocean-based game mainly. When you look at what you have as far as the map, it's mainly water. Cells seems like it should be at the top, but it's a little bit lower than usual. Natural disasters, okay, that's fine. I think it adds to the weather and all that stuff. Great. Compressed air probably has to do with submarines, possibly hydraulics, maybe balloons, maybe? I don't know. That might not work, but definitely submarines. Okay, people seem to like that. Arctic ice breaking, I don't know. Seems like Arctic ice breaking equals lag, but I might be wrong on that. Co-op building, which is probably a cool feature. It'd be kind of fun to build with somebody. I'll give that one a tip of my hat. Steam engines seems like it should be higher, except the fact that the train tracks go from point A to point B backwards and forwards. There's no track on the island or in the game that actually does, circular motion, so trains kind of suck. But yeah, steam engines would be cool. Space. Space is, DLC, so let's move on. Fishing, kind of cute. Doesn't really add to the game if you don't add all the other stuff that I talked about before in my last video about these votings, which is, basically making a survival mode with hunger and all that crap. Fishing just becomes like a mini game. Although I must say that fishing might be good for fishing trawlers and having some kind of economy if you add that kind of fishing into the game, not just like fishing pole. Runway lights. Runway lights seems like a 2-minute job for them to add, so not sure why that's a big feature. Seems like a minor update, but I don't know. What do I know? Component modding. That means, I'm assuming, what people are doing already with blocks, which is stretching them out and all that kind of stuff, and maybe giving them different attributes. I don't know. It's vague, and that's kind of a Stormworks thing. So whatever component modding is, that might be something that we're already doing, just maybe a nice interface for stretching out blocks and stuff like that. Who knows? Storm wolves, which is basically pets probably. Don't really care. Doesn't really add to the game. Flare thermal cameras. Whatever. Another feature, like, who cares? We've got beacons. We've got lights. Do we really need thermal crap? I don't know. Decorative components. Yes, those are cool. Seems like minor updates should include every week or every other week, whatever they're doing on the schedule, a new block and a new prop for your ship or helicopter. That would be a nice minor update every other week. Okay, besides giant features. All right, pathfinding API, which basically means making an NPC walk from point A to point B using X, Y's, whatever, using the mission editor that we don't really have anymore. We have a scripting interface with a hack job again on locations, whatever. I should just move on from that. That irritates me. All right, Kraken. The Kraken. Yeah, talked about that before. Basically, it's fun for a while, just like the giant sharks, the megalodons, and then it just becomes, a YouTuber feature to break up the boredom of trying a new vehicle that somebody built. Let's destroy it with a Kraken. Let's destroy it with a megalodon. Oh, whatever. All right, so the final one that we have here is no more features, just bug fixes. And I didn't even put it on the chart here because it's so low. Currently, it's at 243, and that's how many people want bug fixes. They want weapons that they can't actually use because multiplayer is so bad where they would want to use the weapons that the lag would be so bad for projectiles being detected and hitting, the different vehicle parts that it wouldn't work. But we're not voting for, bug fixes and super duper optimization of the game so that you can actually load more than 2 vehicles in a multiplayer game. But yeah, I'm sorry, this is just a mess. So anyways, that is the chart. You can go right now and vote for your favorite things. I voted for bug fixes, Steam engines, sales, and I think that's it. I might have voted for something else. Oh, co-op building. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to come over here to the website, click vote now. Oh, I might want to mention I've also added a Reddit. Does this work? So I added this Reddit. We have 3 whole members, but I wanted to create a Reddit where you could share vehicle builds throughout the year. So for next year, you can, I can come over here, and if you notice, we have tags. We've got build update, build video, build image, on workshop, and self-promotion if you want to promote your YouTube channel so I can find it. But I have this set up so you can do that. So this is mainly for next year so I can follow your builds throughout the year and make sure that I find all the good ones. And yeah, so you can share it here. But let's go back to the voting. All right, so tomorrow is the last day to vote for the Stormy Awards. If you haven't voted, come over to stormies.org and then click vote now, and then you can vote for your best YouTubers, the YouTube design, the Stormy Award design, and then some vehicle builds. So we've got trains, we've got diesel trains, steam trains, electric trains, we've got civilian car builds, and I tried to find the best ones that were, very cool, difficult to find in the Steam Workshop, but I was able to find some. We've got civilian truck and van builds, we've got best classic car builds, we've got best small utility build, which is like, they didn't really fit anywhere, so I kind of threw them right here. And, oh my gosh, are we almost done? Best ride-oriented, which is more like amusement rides. And, oh, actually, the mini trains. And then we have best microcontroller component, which, that's kind of a hard one to find because there are a lot of great ones. But these are the ones that kind of popped up on the top of the popular list. And then, of course, we have Builder of the Year. And we've got Billy, GB, Asgard, Geronimo, Jarn, Laserpants, Lexi, Lorgs, Sebastian, Mick, Rootin' Toon Cowboy, Scoodly Pulley, Sir Murtek, Thalis, and Toddy, and of course Utopian. So vote for your best one. And that is it. That is a lot of categories. That's actually 69 categories. So I'm going to have to vote myself. But right now, if you haven't done so, go ahead and vote because there are a lot of ties. I was just kind of spot checking through the different categories, and there's ties. You like people evenly or vehicles evenly. So if you haven't voted, please vote to break some of those ties so we have a clear winner. And yeah, that's it. All right, so that's it for the voting. Remember, tomorrow is the last day to vote, and I think until midnight, and then I will be doing all of the videos for the winners and the nominees, and then hopefully by the end of November we will have the Stormy Awards. I don't have a date yet because I don't know how long it's going to take me to do all the work I need to do to get it ready. Also, before I go, I should thank Komodo and Jesse Gillette and Spy Cakes for sharing the Stormy Awards on Twitter and getting people to come and vote. So that's great. We got a lot of votes in, but still, tiebreakers. So please vote if you haven't done so already. Remember, tomorrow's last day. All right, so that's it for today. If you haven't done so already, hit the bell so it goes ding dong when I upload a new video. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. And I will see you next time.